A man accidentally ate a red apple. He immediately felt dizzy, and two massive antlers instantly sprouted from his head. He desperately tried to pull the antlers off, but no matter what he did, they wouldn't budge. Just as he was distressing over this, he came across a tree bearing green apples. Seeing those tempting green apples, he couldn't resist the temptation and took a bite. The antlers fell off on the spot. Turns out that was the antidote. The man suddenly understood everything and picked a basket of apples, ready to go back and get revenge on the princess. Not long ago, this man had been just an ordinary soldier. That day his luck was terrible. A pile of cow dung he'd kicked went flying straight into the commander's wife's mouth. The result? Immediately thrown in prison. As he was pulling his hair in frustration, a little mouse suddenly scurried out from under the bed and told him there was a treasure that could change his fate hidden in the drawer. The man skeptically went to look. After rummaging around for a while, he actually pulled out a deck of cards that shone blindingly bright. Just then, the jailer delivering food was attracted by the light and wanted to gamble a few rounds with him. The result shocked everyone. No matter how terrible the cards the man drew were, as soon as he slapped them on the table, the card values would instantly increase, beating his opponent's hand. After a few rounds, he'd won money, won possessions, and finally even won his freedom. The jailer was so stunned his jaw wouldn't close. After getting out of prison, the man used those cards to easily earn his first fortune on the streets. But he wasn't satisfied and went to challenge the local magistrate. Without any suspense, the official was beaten so badly quickly reached the king's ears, and the king immediately summoned him to the palace. After a few games, even the king's face turned green from losing. The man was so scared he knelt and begged for mercy. Unexpectedly, the king's eyes lit up, and he sent him to gamble with a neighboring monarch to win back lost territory. Sure enough, he completed the mission with ease. The king adored him, even gave him a medal, and even the princess secretly fell for him. However, this drove the ministers crazy with jealousy. They fabricated lies to frame him, and the princess began to doubt him because of it. After the banquet ended, the man came home dead drunk, and the princess took the opportunity to swap his magic cards for a bottle of wine. Meanwhile, the ministers kidnapped him and pushed him straight off a cliff. He woke up lying in a valley surrounded by wild fruit. That's how we got to the scene at the beginning of the story. He disguised himself as a fruit vendor and snuck back into the palace. He happened to run into an elderly maid. She ate a few bites of apple and instantly became young again. She was so shocked she nearly jumped up and rushed to tell the princess. The princess was crying over her lost horse, but after seeing the maid's transformation, she didn't hesitate to buy all the apples and stuff them in her mouth. The result: the next second the maid turned around and was scared unconscious, because on the princess's head, two massive antlers had grown. The king summoned all the famous doctors, but no one had a solution. Just then, the man disguised himself as a doctor and mixed into the group. He first pretended to check the princess's pulse, taking the opportunity to retrieve the deck of cards that had been swapped. Then he handed her a green apple. The princess took a bite, and the antlers instantly fell off. She was so thrilled she could barely stand, swept up all the remaining apples, and even her figure became more attractive. The man was completely stunned on the spot. He removed his mask and revealed his identity. The misunderstanding was immediately cleared up, and the two embraced again. The king heard the commotion and arrived, and seeing this scene, finally showed a satisfied smile. That magical deck of cards, having fulfilled its mission, ready to continue changing the fate of the next unlucky soul.